Tell them the North remembers. Tell them winter came for House Frey.
What if you can step into the world of Westeros, where every choice shapes the fate of kingdoms? Picture commanding armies, forging alliances, or betraying rivals to claim the Iron Throne. The Game of Thrones open world RPG could bring this epic fantasy to life, and the possibilities are boundless. The idea of an open world RPG set in the Game of Thrones universe is incredibly exciting for fans of the series and gamers who love immersive experiences. Warner Bros. Has hinted at this ambitious project during a recent earnings call. They highlighted Game of Thrones as a priority franchise, grouping it with other major successes like Hogwarts Legacy and Mortal Kombat. Combat in a Game of Thrones open-world RPG would be as multifaceted as the series itself, offering players diverse and immersive ways to engage with enemies. Large-scale battles could replicate the grandeur of iconic moments like the Battle of the Bastards, allowing players to lead armies into chaotic warfare, strategically deploying units and leveraging terrain for advantage. Intimate duels, on the other hand, would provide a contrasting experience, emphasizing personal skill and precision with weapons like Valyrian steel, where timing and tactics could determine victory or defeat. Dragon-fueled aerial warfare could elevate the combat system, allowing players aligned with the Targaryens to command dragons in fiery assaults against enemies, adding a layer of power and spectacle. A skill tree would cater to different playstyles, with branches for mastering close combat, stealthy espionage for assassinations or infiltrations, wilderness survival for harsh terrains, and diplomacy for avoiding conflict altogether. This versatility would ensure combat remains engaging and tailored to each player's unique approach to conquering Westeros. The open world design could encourage deep exploration. Imagine journeying from the freezing tundras of Winterfell to the bustling streets of King's Landing, each location teeming with quests, characters, and choices that could influence the game world. Could a simple conversation in Essos ripple into a war in the north? In Westeros, nothing is impossible. Why is the world of Westeros perfect for an open-world RPG? The Seven Kingdoms provide an unparalleled setting for an open-world RPG. Each region offers distinct landscapes and cultures, from the stark and snowy north to the sun-soaked sands of Dorne. Players could seamlessly travel between towering castles, dense forests, and vast plains, encountering dynamic weather effects like blizzards near the wall or sandstorms in the desert. What sets Westeros apart isn't just its beauty, but its moral complexity. Choices in this world wouldn't be black or white, but steeped in shades of gray. Players might have to decide between loyalty to their house and personal ambition, creating branching narratives that reflect the series' depth. The game could explore themes of power, betrayal, and survival in a world where no one is safe. How would houses, allegiances, and betrayals shape the player's story? One of the most exciting elements could be the ability to align with iconic houses such as Stark, Lannister, or Targaryen. Each house might offer unique gameplay benefits and narrative arcs. Joining the Starks could emphasize honor and justice, while a Lannister alliance might provide wealth and political influence. The Targaryens could even offer access to dragons and fiery vengeance. However, allegiance wouldn't be permanent. Betrayals, a hallmark of the series, could be woven into gameplay. Players might choose to abandon their sworn house, aligning instead with an emerging faction, or even striving for the Iron Throne themselves. Such mechanics could create an endlessly replayable experience, with no two playthroughs being the same. When does the game timeline take place? The timeline remains a tantalizing mystery, but several intriguing options could shape the game's narrative. Setting the game before Robert's Rebellion could offer a chance to explore lesser-known parts of Westeros' history, meeting characters like Aerys the Mad King and a young Tywin Lannister. Alternatively, a game during the War of the Five Kings could allow players to interact with beloved characters like Robb Stark, Tyrion Lannister, and Daenerys Targaryen. Setting the game in a post-series timeline could offer developers unparalleled creative freedom while respecting the rich lore of Game of Thrones. With the main conflicts of the series resolved, new tensions could emerge across the Seven Kingdoms, driven by power vacuums, emerging factions, and lingering animosities. Players might witness the rise of ambitious leaders, the resurgence of ancient threats, or the birth of alliances that could reshape the political landscape. This timeline would allow for original storylines, introducing new characters while offering meaningful cameos from surviving favorites like Arya Stark or Tyrion Lannister. The tone of the game could reflect a world grappling with the aftermath of monumental change, where rebuilding and betrayal walk hand in hand. Players' choices could become pivotal in determining whether Westeros heads towards stability or plunges into chaos once again. This fresh approach would combine the thrill of unpredictability with the familiarity of a beloved universe, ensuring a deeply engaging experience. Imagine taming a dragon as a Targaryen or battling White Walkers in the shadow of the wall. These elements could add layers of excitement and challenge to the game without overshadowing its realistic core. What role would the Iron Throne play in the story? The pursuit of the Iron Throne could be a central or optional goal. Players might choose to focus on personal stories, forging relationships, and uncovering secrets, or aim for ultimate power by uniting the Seven Kingdoms. However, the game could also allow for neutrality, letting players remain observers or mercenaries, shaping events without directly seeking power. This flexibility would cater to a wide range of playstyles, ensuring everyone can experience Westeros in their own way. How could the game expand over time? Given the vastness of Game of Thrones' lore, a modular DLC system could gradually introduce new locations, characters, and quests. Players might start with Westeros and later explore Essos or the distant lands of Sorthorios. Each expansion could deepen the game world, ensuring it remains fresh and engaging for years to come. A Game of Thrones open-world RPG has the potential to become one of the most ambitious and immersive games of all time. With its rich lore, dynamic gameplay possibilities, and vast explorable world, it could offer an experience unlike any other. Whether forging alliances, commanding dragons, or battling for the Iron Throne, players could live out their ultimate Westerosi fantasy. If you're as excited as the rest of the realm about the possibilities, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on everything related to this potential game. Winter may be coming, but so is the future of gaming.